You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. I am your host, Studio MacGyver. Sorry you guys missed me last week. There was no Dragon Ball Super episode, to my dismay, and didn't have enough, I felt, to talk about to do an episode. So with this much needed week off, I was able to finish Horizon Zero Dawn and watch the new episode of Dragon Ball Super, number 82. It was pretty good. As I stated before, there's a guy named Toppo who got into it with Goku, wanted to fight him, and they fought this episode. He's actually pretty damn strong. They were pretty much neck and neck. If I had to call it, I'd probably say Goku's just a tad bit stronger than him in his Super Saiyan God form. That tells you how strong that this guy Toppo is. They were going at each other. It was getting really intense. And then they halted the fight because they wanted to save it for the actual tournament. Now, before they went their separate ways, Toppo made it evident that he has a friend who is stronger than him. And Goku is not going to be able to beat him. So he told Goku if he falls in the battle, then his friend, I think his name is pronounced Jiren, Jiren, I think. He is going to be dealt with by him. Now, if you guys recall, when the episode starts, the little cut scenes and some of the fighting scenes you see, I think you see him fighting Goku at the beginning when the show's coming on. He's got those beady black eyes, that small little tiny head, and he's swole as fuck. He's huge, muscles all over, but he's got on the same suit as his friend Toppo has on. So yeah, that's what that is. So pretty much they had a fight. They fought a little bit. They fought for maybe 5 minutes or so. He was squeezing the shit out of Goku. I thought Goku was gonna suffocate, but he transformed, and then that's when the shit got real good. But yeah. So I guess where we're at now in this episode pretty much is everybody has, I think 40 hours before the real tournament starts. That's it, 40 hours. That's not any time at all. So they're going to have to scramble around and gather up 10 fighters who are worthy enough to compete in this Battle Royal type tournament. And we're going to find out how that transpires. That's going to take care of the episode 82 of Dragon Ball Super. What I want to talk about just a little bit is the third DLC from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Right now, that what I do know is the characters Zamasu, Super Saiyan Rose Black Goku, and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito are supposed to be in this DLC. But there's rumors going around talking about one of the movie characters, Bojack, to be also in this DLC. I hope he is in here. I was really disappointed with the last DLC. I just couldn't understand why they would put those guys in there and then give them moves that nobody even knows that they even have. The shit's not canon. But yeah, that could have been, they could have put two other characters in those slots and it would make more sense. You know, just my opinion, whatever. But hopefully this DLC does add Bojack, and supposedly there's supposed to be another character, but don't have that info right now. Only speculation. So looking forward to that DLC. And supposedly also the tournament is finally open. So I guess you can go in and actually enter into the tournament now. I haven't had a chance to do that. I've been pretty busy, but I'm going to probably try to check that out sometime this week at the latest on the weekend and see what happens, because they have been slacking a little bit on some of their things, some of their raids and things of that nature. So we'll see how that transpires, and hopefully they get a grip on that and doctor it up. That's going to do it for my Dragon Ball talk for this episode. Going to move on to what I've been doing this last couple weeks, and tell you the fucking truth, all I've been doing was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. That fucking game has stolen my life. No bullshit. I haven't been able to do anything else since this game came out, and I'm finally beat the game. Still not done with it. I'm only 53% complete with the game, and I got over 90 hours in the game. So if that doesn't tell you anything, it should tell you that it had my fucking balls. But I loved every minute of it. Aloy is a character I think will be synonymous with the PS4 and Sony brand going forward. The way that the game ended was pretty open-ended, so they left opening for a sequel. So also somebody from their camp did confirm that there will be DLC. So for all of you guys who love Aloy just as much as I do, we can all rejoice on that regard, because yes, DLC is on the way. They are working on it as we probably speak now. So that ought to be sweet. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this game. I'm going to platinum this game. This is really one of the only games that I want to platinum and don't mind platinuming. So, you know, I mean, this game kept me busy all the way up until now, and we all know what's right around that corner. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We are talking about Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. But right now, I have to give all props where props are due to Guerrilla Games for making this beautiful game and putting it in the list of some of my all-time favorites now. Yes, it is considered one of my all-time favorites now. The story was just, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but the story was just, it was beautiful. Well told, man. I mean, yeah, yeah, they did what they had to do, and they did a very good job. Love this game. Can't wait for the DLC. Can't wait to see what they're going to do down the line with the future of this game. Yeah, man, I'm loving it. Another game I'm also looking forward to playing is the sequel to Shadows of Mordor. Yes, I believe it is called Shadows of War. Watch some gameplay on this. Listen to some of the devs talk about it. And from what I can see so far, it's going to be the shit. If you guys don't know, one of the first games I bought with my PS4, actually it was the first game I bought with my PS4, was Shadows of Mordor. And I fucking love that game. The lore, the fact that they just took a story within a major story and put it in a different time but in the same universe and created this character, I thought it was epic. Thought it was dope. And the system that they had in this game was also something to be challenged. It's beautiful. So looking forward to this one. This is more on a looking from a wars standpoint, if you will. But from what I've seen, I really want to get my hands on this game. I believe the release date right now stands at August 22nd. So it's not right around the corner, but it's on the way. So yeah, man, I'm very excited. Some stuff coming out. So, but right now, what everybody seems to be talking about, really, as of late, has been, for the Nintendo people out there, the Breath of the Wild game. And then on our side, it's been Horizon Zero Dawn. And now everybody's getting revved up for Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, let me say this real quick and get this out the way. There's been a lot of YouTubers out there putting out videos talking about how bad the characters' movements are, how the face animations are or whatnot, and bitching about those type of things. Now, I appreciate a good animation just like the next person, but I didn't play all the Mass Effect games for facial animations. I played it for the story. That's really what I played it for, an experience. And I played all 3 games, and I loved all 3, including 3. Yes, the ending, the original ending, I was fine with that. But some people weren't. A lot of people weren't. I was. He went out like a G. Shepard went out like a G. Okay? But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about Andromeda. And some people getting cold feet because of those little issues. Every game is going to have issues, okay? In my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect game, even if it's 9.9, but it's not going to be 10, okay? Horizon Zero Dawn to me is a 9.5, okay? Last Guardian, 9.5, and those are 2 of my favorite all-time games. Shadows of Colossus, 9.7, okay? One of my all-time favorites. So there's no such thing, in my opinion, as a perfect 10. But hey, potato, whatever. But anyway, whenever you have massive games like this, though, I think Horizon Zero Dawn was 40 gigs. I think this game is about the same, if not a little bit more, in size and in scale. You're going to deal with some glitches and you're going to deal with some things, that's what patches are for and those things. But I'm perfectly fine with, some discrepancies here and there, because that's just what goes with the territory when you're writing games with this big and so much code involved in that. But like I said, I'm in it for the story. I'm anxious to see where this is going. 600 some odd years in the future after the last events took place. Really, really looking forward to this. Getting into the politics, what's going on, how everything's going, what's been happening, everything. Are we going to get these Easter eggs from, past titles, all of that. So I'm going to buy it. I don't know about you guys. It's already paid for. I said it earlier that Mass Effect and Horizon Zero Dawn were the only 2 games that had my money automatically. Everybody else had to, had to fight for it. So as of right now, so far this year, those are only 2 games. And now add Shadows of War to the list. Those 3 games right now are the only 3 that I can say guaranteed will be paid for when they day one. Okay. And I was not disappointed with Horizon Zero Dawn, and I really don't think I'm going to be disappointed with Mass Effect. I just know that I have to get ready for this game, because if you are going to buy this game, you really need to get all your affairs in order, because Horizon Zero Dawn caught my ass off guard like a motherfucker. Okay. I didn't do shit else. I didn't practice guitar. I didn't fucking shit that I usually do during the week, I just didn't fucking do it because I was just so enthralled with the story, the game. And, you know, a lot of games don't do that often. You know, there's only a few games that tend to do that, where you put it in and you know that you're not going anywhere. Okay? That's just the way it is. Now, this Mass Effect Andromeda game we're talking about right now, you can't play this an hour at a time. You have to, a game like this has to be played in chunks. And I mean at least 2.5, 3 hour at a time. That's just how it has to be done. And I'm prepared for that. And just get prepared, because a lot of people, friends of mine and stuff, they've already taken off work. They're getting ready. And that's the smart thing to do. Because I'm not going out like Willie Lump Lump. And what I mean by that is I'm not going out the same way I went out with Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay? This time I'm going to be ready for this fucking game. I'm going to get all my affairs in order. When I get home from work, I'm going to set aside a 4-hour block every day during the work week, and then of course all day during the weekend, unless I have other obligations. Yes, that's how I'm going to handle it. So my son's birthday, we're trying to have a party for him this Saturday, but other than that, I mean, it's going to be Mass Effect all day, baby. So, oh man, like I said, so much has been going on. There's a lot of people talking about this game right now, but if you're a true Mass Effect fan, then, you know, the game is already paid for, okay? Bottom line, okay? I'm interested to see what's going on with this story. I advise everybody to play this. Give it a chance. It's a long, deep game. If you played any of the other ones, and if you love those, then I guarantee you will love this game. From what I've seen so far, the combat has been revamped in a major way, and everybody's raving about that. And you're going to be doing a lot of that in this game. So if you don't mind some of those inconsistencies in some of the, I guess, facial animations or whatnot, then it shouldn't be a problem. This game will give you all the love and tenderness that you need. Well, I know it's going to give those things to me, so everybody else can kick rocks. On that note, I'm going to get ready to get up out of here, guys. There's a lot of shit going on in my house right now. You probably heard something that sounded like an alarm clock, because my girl's getting up for work. My son is still not asleep. He's in the back watching cartoons and shit, because he's on my schedule. Boy, I can't wait till he starts school. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Like always, if you guys want to get in contact with me, you can do so on Twitter at Studio MacGyver, or you can email me at Studio MacGyver Music with a K at yahoo.com. Once again, thanks to sorry, I'm fucking up. Once again, thank you guys for listening. It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.